Welcome back, Love Stylers. Misty here.
And Andrew.
And today we're going to be talking about what we know about keto and carnivore diets, what we have learned over 4 years, and keeping the weight off. Andrew lost
110
pounds, and I lost 55 pounds. And thank you for subscribing. We have new shows every Monday. Stick with us if you want to lose weight this year or just better your health and heal. We talk a lot on this channel about diets, lifestyle changes you can make to improve. We're just 9-to-5ers trying to make our dreams come true, playing music. Thank you for listening to Black Eyed Soul.
So this is a channel that's basically based off experience. We're just going to talk about what we know. There's a lot of great keto carnivore channels out there. You know, if you're watching this, you know what a keto diet is. You know what a carnivore diet is. Check out Dr. Berg, Dr. Barry. Check out Keto Rewind. Also Keto Connect for great recipes. We're here for motivation and tell you, number one, that it works. Number two, that you could do it. You could do it in your 40s, you could do it in your 20s, you could do it in your 50s, you could do it in your 60s. You could do it fat, you could do it skinny, you could do it for healing, better health, all the above. So this is going to be based off just experience that we know, that worked for us.
So self-awareness is key when dieting. And what we mean by this is if you really don't like a lot of meat in your life, you might be more geared for a lighter meat version of keto, or you may even want to go all the way to vegetarian or vegan. What we're getting at is know yourself. You know what you like. You've been around yourself long enough to know what you like. First, we're going to talk a little bit about what we know about keto. For me, I know that keto includes a lot more vegetables than I eat currently today. So a few years back, going on 4 soon, I was doing a lot of salads. Keto has a lot of variety, and that's one of the things I do like about it. I quit drinking when I started keto, and I think it helps tremendously to stay off of the booze, off the beer, wine, and liquor. It can help quite a bit for addictions like that. Helps you get off of your food addictions of packaged foods. You're getting rid of all the refined sugars. You're getting rid of the wheat and the bad oils in your life. So keto is an elimination diet, but you still have a lot of variety. Now, I found that I ate a ton of salads. We did salads for years, right?
Yeah, we did for years.
And salads are great. A lot of people turn to salads when they're dieting. I found that I ate so many vegetables or so much lettuce or greens from like years of salads. I would put meat on them, of course, but I was concentrating mostly on the bulk being vegetables because, you know, vegetables are low carb. They kind of fill you up. You have a lot to choose from. There's many reasons why we turn to vegetables. They do have a lot of nutrients in them. And I found after a few years that I sort of plateaued with my weight loss. And then that's why I kind of eventually got turned on to more of a protein-based lifestyle like I do today. You know, another thing on keto that you might have to be careful of is the sweeteners and the desserts and the faux recipes. You know, I went crazy making all these faux versions of real recipes, real side dishes, and I still eat some of them. We still eat some of them today. If you're concentrating on the wrong types of foods on keto, you have to look at the whole picture. You got to get your nutrients in first. You got to be careful with the sweeteners that you're putting into the desserts. You can't eat too much junk food. There is still junk food on keto. You want to stay away from the packaged. Even the packaged keto foods are out there and tempting you, but there's a lot of ingredients. Your electrolyte balance can become funny. I was dizzy sometimes on keto, and I am never dizzy anymore now that I've added a lot more protein into my diet.
What I learned about keto in the last 4 years is that keto works. Keto is a great gateway diet to health and to starting when you make the decision to start eating healthy and living healthy and you want to start healing from within. Keto is a great way to start. The thing that tripped me up with keto is, like she was saying, when she would come and make the fat bombs, and you get too obsessed and crazy with, well, let's make this keto, faux keto this, faux keto that. Well, I wouldn't eat that in real life. I didn't eat desserts every day.
Right.
So you have to be careful of that. And the sweeteners and the different sweeteners really got to my stomach, and I didn't feel good. Now, with keto, it did definitely help me. It helped, losing the weight, helped me with my sleep apnea. I cured myself of the sleep apnea. It also helped me reduce inflammation. So I was cutting out all the inflammatory foods. So that's another thing that keto is good. It's a good starter elimination diet. Now, one thing I had to be mindful of with keto is I couldn't eat a lot of vegetables because I'm prone to kidney stones. So I couldn't eat a lot of nuts and like spinaches and stuff.
Yeah.
So I would have to balance that out in a way. And just, in general, balanced diet for you. Once again, this is what worked for me. I had to make sure I wasn't eating too many nuts and too many things that had oxalates that was going to cause stones in my body, because kidney stones are terrible. And so making sure you drink your water, your electrolytes, that's the one thing I learned with keto, just getting a good balance of meats, veggies, cheeses, etc.
So you may be wondering, like, why would you go to carnivore if keto was so great? You were losing weight, you were healing things. You have so many varieties of food. For myself, I found that I plateaued. I still had a little bit of high blood pressure while I was on keto. And so I said, what can I do to just really eliminate anything that might be causing me a little more rash I had back then? It's nearly gone now. I still occasionally get a little bit of rash, a little bit more eczema. But I wanted to really try to clear out my liver, fix my gut, my leaky gut. And I did some research, and more meat, more protein in my diet really interests me because there's more nutrition that you can implement. With carnivore, I like the idea of more nutrient-dense foods being at the base of your diet, being the fundamental, the foundation of your diet. Meat, dairy, cheese, eggs, bacon. I love all those things anyway. I got sick of salad. I needed a change. I wanted to tweak my diet just a little bit more. I still had a little bit of high blood pressure. It had gone down, but it wasn't gone completely. I implemented intermittent fasting always, and more severely in between keto and carnivore. And I also felt that I was full for longer when I switched to more protein and more meat in my diet. And things started to heal even faster. I am no longer on blood pressure medicine. My eczema, it's not completely gone, but it's come a long way. If you want to heal from the inside, clear your liver, fix your leaky gut, maybe stay away from some oxalate-rich foods like lettuces can have a lot of oxalates, and some vegetables. I started to think of the carnivore diet more as a healing protocol. And so I went 90% protein-based, 10% keto, and I'm finding a lot more success here. That's where I am now. I was no longer dizzy. I would stay full for longer, and I've always loved meat, and I like the idea of the nutrient-dense foundation.
So carnivore, it's an easy, fun diet. It's like a little kid's diet. Making a plate of a hamburger, hot dogs, and bacon and cheese. There's nothing wrong with that. It's fun. The one thing you do got to watch out in carnivore is you got to watch out for all the processed meats, meats injected with hormones, antibiotics.
Yes.
That stuff you want to look out for. So carnivore is fun. It was not totally for me to do 100% carnivore or even 90% carnivore, but, just watching out, eating ethically, eating humanely raised meats, farm pasture raised eggs.
Sure.
These are things you want to look out for. And it's also you want to look out for in keto with your vegetables. You want, we're trying to go as organic as we can, as natural as we can. You want to stay away from the pesticides, the sprays, the GMOs. There's GMO oils and everything. You can get, non-GMO salad dressings.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good stuff out there.
So both of these diets are elimination diets. And if you don't know what that term means, it means you're eliminating sugars, carbs, bad oils, chemicals. You want to do the hormone-free and all the things we've talked about. So we know that it heals the body. It heals the gut.
Nice thing about keto is it's so easy. It's a confidence booster. Once you start losing the weight and you start, you go from a 2X to your first 1X, you feel confident. There's a little more, you got some more pride in your step and hey, I did that. So let me go now I went from a 1X, let me go to a large. And then let me go to a medium, and then let me go to a small. And then you feel good about yourself. And then when you feel good about yourself, you'll notice a difference socially. People, it's so funny where I work, I work in television. And I'm known in the building not as the guy that worked in the space program. I'm known as the guy who lost 110 pounds. Like my 20-year career prior to my career now supersedes the fact that I was the fat guy and now I'm the not so fat guy.
It's true.
So it's weird socially how it's amazing. I read a statistic from a rock star one time. It said you're more accepted in society as a heroin addict than overweight. And that's really ridiculous. And that's something.
Wow. It's like true though, almost.
It's really, you're more accepted, as a drug addict than.
Or an alcoholic. You can drink as much as you want.
But if you're fat, that's no good, So this diet is so easy. It does work. And it works however you want it to work. I know people that do very, very strict keto and they lose the weight and they look trim and fit and they're jogging and running, and this diet will do whatever you put into it. We wanted to lose weight comfortably. We wanted to live life.
Yeah.
And we wanted it sustainable. We wanted to, if we not feel like garbage if we missed a 17-mile run, because those days are over for me. I'm not going to run 17 miles. I'd rather do an hour of yoga and stretching or meditation and do light training, light strength training, and just light exercise. Walking, going for nice walks.
Yep.
Who says you can't enjoy exercise?
Yeah, you can.
Who said that you have to kill yourself in exercise? And you gotta, I get it, no pain, no gain, and there's something to giving your all, but enjoy a walk. Enjoy a nice, vigorous walk. Go off-terrain walking on trails and paths. Yeah. It's a little bit more of a weight. You're doing more core work because you're watching where you step. Or just enjoy the day. Enjoy the rabbits. It's spring.
Another thing about confidence, to piggyback off of what Andrew said, when you become more confident because you dropped the big bulk of your weight, you may not be all the way there. We're definitely not all the way there. We still got muffin tops. I'd like to drop 30, 35 more pounds, little at a time, but you become more confident when you start to do exercises that you used to feel uncomfortable doing when you were 50 pounds or 100 pounds more. Now you have the confidence to try these other exercises. And maybe you don't feel so funny if you're going to the gym, which most of us are not anymore. But I remember going to the gym and feeling embarrassed to do certain things because I thought someone might be looking at my jiggly fat. And the confidence thing spills over into the exercise routine you may want to try. You may start getting into yoga. You can actually touch your feet and things like that. I remember I couldn't touch my feet or even see my feet because my stomach was in the way. I can actually look down and see my feet now and other body parts. But I know it sounds a little weird. We're going off into this tangent, but the confidence thing is a real thing. And you may not even have the confidence to speak up if you have a lot of extra weight on you. You may not speak up at work when you should because everyone's going to look at the fat person talking and go, oh, you're so fat.
It is amazing. I remember, I work with a lot of younger folk and just saying something just in general about health or something, they would kind of look at me and go, you're overweight. What do you know? You're old and you're overweight. Now, and it's funny, we've talked about debating keto and debating your diet, and people are going to say, that doesn't work. That's not how you do it, blah, blah, blah. This is what worked for us. This is what works for us. There's a lot of people that lost a lot more weight in a much shorter amount of time.
Right.
Look at Keto Rewind. Look at the other keto channels. Those guys are great, and they're killing it. They're doing it. We're so proud of them. They're so awesome, and they're doing this their routine.
Sure.
What worked for us? We're a little bit older.
We're not as strict.
We're not as strict, and we're sustaining this lifestyle. Like I said, I like to eat popcorn on the weekends. Every once in a great while, if the mood hits, I'll have a sweet potato.
Yeah.
You know, it was my birthday last week, so I had some cookies and some ice cream. I had some yogurt ice cream, but store-bought cookies from the bakery. And, you know, you got to live your life a little bit. And just remember, this is a very easy diet. It's very, very doable. And there's so many different levels you can do it at.
And, you know, if you guys have any questions, please ask us questions. We're considering doing a show based on the most recent questions we've had or the most common questions. Please don't be afraid to comment. I really love answering comments. I will answer you. We're still a small channel, and I have time to answer you, you know. And what questions do you have? Or even comments. What can you add to help us hone it in even more tightly on those days where we're being so good?
Just remember, if you take little elements of different diets and put them together and it works for you, that's your diet. You know, shorter eating windows is part of a warrior diet. You know, the warrior diet is one of their big principles is you can eat whatever you want as long as you eat it in a 1 to 2 hour eating window for 24 hours. You know, intermittent fasting is a different kind of diet. Keto is a different diet than Atkins, and Atkins is different than carnivore. You have to pick.
It gets confusing.
You know, my father used to have a saying, and it was that, don't be an asshole.
Don't be an asshole.
Don't be an asshole. So if I was to
That's so like to the point.
Just don't be an asshole whenever I was acting up or being silly or I got in trouble. So how I put that in diet terms, don't eat bad stuff.
Don't eat like an asshole.
Don't eat like an asshole. Don't eat Twizzlers and Ho-Hos and Little Debbie's and Mountain Dew and
expect any results.
We want to thank you for watching Love Style today. Thank you for listening to our music. Black Eyed Soul, www.blackeyedsoul.com. We'll bring you to all the links where our music is available. You can stream it through any of your streaming services. It's free with ads, usually on YouTube or Spotify. But we love when you listen to the music because it makes us feel good, builds our confidence up to do more videos. Yeah. And it's a good way to show that you support us. And we just love making the music in it, and we're super proud of it.
Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, hitting the notification bell. New shows every Monday. I may not say that enough. And we appreciate you for watching. We are still a small channel. We are growing very slowly. But tell your friends. Send this to someone who wants to lose weight. We hopefully are not too aggressive. Is that the word? We're just two little chubby dudes trying to make this thing happen. So stick with us. If you want to lose weight.
You deserve it. You deserve to feel good. You deserve to be your best version. Annie, I just spit on you.
That's okay. It kind of went right by me. See, I just spit now.
Spitty today.
I know. We're so spitty. Peace out.